Howdy folks, Billy G and Thank God It's RC coming at you today from the local neighborhood lake. Well, guess what today is? Today is boat try day. Yep, we're going to try out our 3D printed RC boat on the lake for the first time. But before we go and do that, let's back up in time a little bit and check out our float test from yesterday. Float test number 1. Sits in the water and floats nicely. Nice angle in the water, just like a real boat. Perfect. Throttle nicely. Well folks, I think we're almost ready for the pond. Alrighty, got some final details on. Instead of using magnets, I ended up going with some screws in 3 places to hold the gunnel top on. The 2 corners in the rear and the 1 in the front. And for now, I just ended up putting this orange piece of elastic fabric over the top of the canopy until I can find something better. I think we are now ready for water test for the pond.
One day later.
All right, turning on the boat. Okay. Go down here into the water. Drop it in. Give it a little shove. All right, here we go. Try and stay out of this weed line. Oh, that's what I thought. Got stuck in the weeds. Uh-oh. Stuck in the weeds and the motor passed out. Now what are we gonna do? We didn't have a contingency plan. So battery's still working. I think we did. I think we wrapped the propeller up in weeds. All right, we're gonna have to go get a rescue mission. All right, the trusty old fishing rod with the spoon on it was able to retrieve the boat. Note to all RC boaters, don't RC boat where there's lots of weeds, because all this was wrapped up around the prop and is what stopped it from going anywhere. Let's go try a different spot. Whew. All right, here we are on a lake with less weeds. That's flat out, which I'm happy with that. It's a good speed. I'm not trying to set no world records or nothing like that. It's a fishing boat. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I'm down with that. Hell yeah, that's cool, man. If you were to ask me a few months ago if I could build a 3D printed boat, I might say, yeah, if somebody gave me a design. But if you'd asked me a few months ago if I could design and build my own boat, I'd be like, nah, probably not. But look at me now. Hello. Fishing boat. What? Got a good turn too. Hell yeah. Hey, what y'all think of this thing? Is that cool or is that cool? Or is that not cool? I think it's cool as shit. I'm sorry, can I say that online? It's cool as cool. Ice cold. Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. Alright, let's bring it back in and see if we're loading up with any kind of water or anything. Avoid the weeds. Alright, pulled it up out the water. Now let's dump from the bow. And that's just water coming off the bottom of the boat. Really no water getting inside. Pretty good. Let's kick it back off. Run around a little more. Heck yeah. I can adjust the planer boards on the sides so I can get it up on plane more. I didn't bring any wrenches with me. That's something we can do for another video. But it's got the hydroplane boards on the back of the boat. I can adjust those and maybe make it like get up on plane a little better. But so far, I'm tickled pink. This thing's awesome. Oh, you see that big fish swirl right in front of the boat? Yeah, it's a little pond, but it's got some big critters here. Maybe it was a turtle. I know there's turtles in here. See what kind of range we get if we can go all the way to the other side of the pond. Yeah. Here it comes, just a putzing through the water, singing do a diddy diddy dum diddy do. Alright, that was bad. I'm just excited because I built this and it goes. I didn't just build it, I designed it, 3D printed it, put it all together and everything. Oh, something just swirled next to the boat again. I am so tickled pink. This is super cool. Oop, getting out of picture frame there. Cuts over the wake pretty good. We're cruising now, people. Alright, I want y'all to rate this thing on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the worst piece of crap boat you've ever seen, to a 10 being the coolest thing you've ever seen since sliced bread. In the comments. Don't worry, you won't hurt my feelings if you don't like it. I love it. It's awesome. Hey Frank in Germany, I know you love RC boats, so here you go. It's my RC boat, dude. My friend Frank in Germany, he sent me home when I was living in Germany with a wooden RC boat, like an old German boat. And by the time it got here in shipment, it had been crushed by whatever in shipment, so I was kind of heartbroken. Never had an RC boat other than in a box on the way shipping here. But now I got one, and it's dope. Alright, it's getting hot out here. Going in. Alright folks, this has been Billy Jean, Thank God It's RC, for a very, 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 very successful lake test on the TGI RC center console fishing boat. Alrighty folks, a few afterthoughts after doing the lake test. I'm back home in the garage now, and I looked at the boat. It did not take on any water out there on the lake. So that was ecstatic. I'm happy about that. I was afraid it was going to take on a bunch of water and, you know, sit low in the water and eventually sink or whatever. So that's why I checked it out there halfway between our run time. Another note is, don't run the boat where there's lots of stringy weeds, because the first time on the other lake, it completely got all wrapped up in the weeds and basically shut it down. Had to go get a fishing pole to fish it back out. So luckily that worked out. But other than that, I'm totally smitten with this thing. I'm just ecstatic that I was able to design and 3D print a boat, and it actually floats and runs and does everything it's supposed to. So that's pretty cool. I will be making a trailer for it. I'm going to try to make an aluminum trailer with bunks and everything for the full Monty fishing boat trailer, and then we'll drag it behind one of the other trucks and see if we can launch it like a real boat. That'd be cool. Find a place to launch it at. But yeah, I'm just super stoked about this thing, and I think it's really cool. Y'all let me know what you think about it in the comments. And again, thanks for watching. It's been Billy Jean with Thank God It's RC.